Okay, welcome back. I'm delighted to have Pål from Tidal with us here today on the stage. Pål is involved in developing partnerships with manufacturers and other people for Tidal, which is the new streaming service that's recently been launched in the UK. The great thing about Tidal, for people who don't know, is that it's CD quality streaming, so 16-bit, 44.1 kilohertz, much better quality than some of the other streaming services out there. This has been great news for us because obviously being what hi-fi, our readers are very concerned about sound quality. They've generally got good systems, so having Tidal with that sort of quality service is great. But can you just tell us a little bit about sort of how it came about and how Tidal has developed?
Yeah, actually it's been available as a service in Scandinavia since February 2000, under a different brand name called WIMP, which doesn't really sit that well in English-speaking countries. We've been looking for a rebrand opportunity for a long time.
Yeah.
And now rolling out in the UK, US, and Canada. We did a rebranding to Tidal in the same go. So, but it's been out for 5 years.
Yeah.
As a lossless service, we opened what we call WIMP Hi-Fi in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking, obviously, what part of your job is talking to a lot of the manufacturers and getting them on board. You know, we've seen a number of people getting involved on the hardware side. Can you give us any more information about any other people who've signed up for the service recently?
I mean, an important go-to-market strategy for us is obviously through people that are keen on good sound.
Yeah.
So manufacturers are specifically important to us.
Yeah.
So we've been working. We have a long-standing relationship with some of them from the WIMP period, like anything from Sonos and Blue Sound and Simple Audio.
Yeah.
With Tidal now, we've launched with a lot of names already that are quite prominent in this field, like anything from Lin and Meridian and Macintosh, Wadia,
yeah.
and the list is long, and then we're rolling out new ones nearly every week.
Yeah.
From now
okay,
on.
so it's an ongoing process. And
yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
to keep on continuing going. Okay, and in terms of the sort of music that's available on the service, obviously you have to deal with the record labels. I mean, you know, from our point of view, we've obviously tested the service. We think that, you know, it's a very good choice on there. Have you got any more deals in the offing with, you know, additional artists or additional record labels at this stage?
We're constantly working on adding labels, adding more music, filling in the gaps. And our users are extremely helpful at finding the stuff we don't have and recommending it. It's like a record shop. A lot of people think of streaming services like some black box out there, but there are people behind there. It's like a record shop. You can actually go in and request stuff and say, can you get us this stuff? Because everyone's expecting everything to be available at all times. But sometimes we just need to phone someone and say, can we have your stuff? And they say, yeah.
Oh, great. That easy.
It's quite human.
And now, obviously, other streaming services have been available for a while. How easy or difficult is it for you to sort of convince people that they need to subscribe to Tidal because it's better sound quality? Because, you know, a lot of people might say, well, you know, I've got Spotify or something like that. As far as I'm concerned, you know, on my phone or whatever, it's good enough. I mean, how do you get across the benefits and the advantages of what Tidal offers?
Well, that's why we go through a lot of manufacturers, and we work closely with the retail chains and the sales staff on the shop floor that are talking to the customer and are good at explaining. In our own channels, I mean, the whole branding is geared towards a higher-end audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to the website, you can see comparisons of lossy versus lossless and what you're actually losing out on with the other services. And I'm pragmatic when it comes to sound. If it's good enough for you, then fine. Enjoy the music. It's not good enough for me.
So you're not going to force everyone to listen in lossless?
No, it's probably not for everyone.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
As long as something is available, that's good enough for us.
Okay. Yeah. Now, one of the other things that we've been talking a lot about here at CES this year is high-resolution audio and sort of, you know, beyond CD. So, you know, 24-bit 192. There's talk of, you know, various technologies that are being developed which will allow streaming of high-resolution audio better than CD quality.
Yep.
Is that an area that Tidal would look at moving into in the future? Is that something you're interested in developing?
Yeah. We already are. I mean, at Rocky Mountain Audio Fest, we demoed 9624 streaming together with Blue Sound, NAD. And at this show, we are showing MQA together with Meridian, which is extreme.
Oh, so you are working with the Meridian guys on that?
Yeah, that's already announced, so I'm not breaking any NDAs. We are working with Meridian on MQA because it's extremely good for bandwidth.
Yeah.
It's also a fantastic sounding codec. So for us, it's perfect. There's also less risk for us because it's actually sort of backwards compatible with FLAC. So if any of our other partners don't actually license the codec, it will behave as FLAC. But if the renderer says, I can do MQA, it will sound even better.
So do you think, I mean, the high resolution streaming service, do you think that will actually be launched to consumers this year? Or, I mean, is that the sort of time frame? Or
I mean,
are we still a way off?
The technology is there. Now it's securing content rights for high-res, which is a whole different game than for Redbook CD quality. A little bit smaller catalog available in high resolution. Extremely interesting field. It was the first question I got asked. Like the second after we launched WIMP Hi-Fi back in 2000, it was like, but what about 9624? So we've been working on that, and it's likely to happen.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's interesting. No, certainly from our point of view, and our readers' point of view.
You have technology, then you have the content. Of course, pricing is something that needs negotiating.
Well, I was going to come on to that because I mean, obviously, you've got the likes of Spotify. So, say in UK terms, that's £10 a month. Then for yourselves and Kobu's, the lossless service is £20 a month. If you get a high resolution, are we looking at £30 a month or 40? I mean, is there going to be an incremental increase for that kind of service?
It remains to be negotiated. I think, I mean, it's quite likely that lossless streaming will be commoditized and price will drop a little bit, and then high res will come on top of that. So I don't think we're going to see like a doubling again for high res. But it remains to be negotiated. And of course, the content owners are the one dictating a lot of the price by giving us a cost on it. So.
And do you think consumers are willing to pay that? Because I mean, obviously, Spotify is very popular, but you can get it for free if you have the ad-funded service. Once you get up to maybe £20–30 a month, do you think that's a level that people will be prepared to pay for?
Well, when you look at how much people are willing to spend on high-res downloads, I don't think it's that big an issue. It's not going to be like a crazy price. But we'll see how it pans out, because it might even be a very nice offering, price-wise.
Okay. And with the advent, obviously, of sort of downloads and streaming, do you think that is the death knell? That is the end of disc-based formats? Do you think sort of CD and DVD and all those other formats are basically on the way out? I'm talking for music really here, not films.
If you look at our home turf in Scandinavia, where like over 80% of all music revenue is streaming, and we see the world catching on the same path, it's quite likely to see that at least a continued drop. If it's going to go away or end soon, I'm not going to be like a doomsday person for physical media, but because people tend to like that as well. Some people. But it's certainly on the decline. And we think it's just going to accelerate now with the quality coming back. We hear back from a lot of people is they've been clinging onto their CDs because of the quality, and now they finally can get convenience and new stuff and keep the quality at the same time. So,
I mean, there's been a certain amount of controversy where streaming is concerned with artists, and musicians, because, I mean, not necessarily with yourselves, but with other services where it's felt that the music is being sort of given away, not quite for free, but they're getting a very small return revenue stream from it. From the music industry's point of view, do you think that's something that will resolve itself?
I mean, I don't think the streaming model is the problem. The problem is freemium models and giving away more music for free, and it's almost like, we like to get people to pay for music, because we think it should be paid for. And if I don't really make sense if you buy this little speaker and you get like a year for free. It doesn't compute for me, and it probably doesn't compute for the people in accounting and those services either. So, but I mean, the music industry, the record labels they are on the path of going all in on streaming. So that's not something that's going to go away. Users like it, record labels actually do like it. We love it, and so it's just growing.
Okay, good. And if we were sitting here a year from now, where would you hope Tidal would be? I mean, what sort of position would it be in, and what developments do you think will have happened, say, 12 months down the line?
I think you'll see us in many more countries. You'll see us probably having high-res available as an offering, but also inject even more of the curation, more articles, more video, because we have 75,000 full-quality music videos, and you'll probably see even more live music content behind the scenes. So it's not going to only be like a music streaming service, it's actually more of an entertainment channel.
Yeah, because when we tested it, one of the things we really liked about Tidal was the fact that you do have these sort of curated playlists. You know, you have various different people and journalists and whatever putting playlists together. So again, is that something you're going to sort of expand upon and do a lot more of? Yeah.
So I mean, you could do a lot with algorithms, but when it comes to the profound parts of music taste, and then actually we need people on the ground to do stuff. So you're going to see more of that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Paul. It sounds like it's going to be a really exciting year. So thanks for coming along, and good to talk to you.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you. Okay.